Hey everyone, hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to solve combination sum 2. So, in this problem, we are given a collection of candidates and we have to find the pairs such that its sum is equal to the target. There is one more condition in this problem that we cannot take one number twice, and the solution set must not contain duplicate combinations. Suppose the candidates are this array and the target is 8. So when we find the combination, it will be 1, 1, 6, which is equal to 8, and same as 1, 2, 5, 1, 7, 2, 6, which all sum as 8, and these are the valid pairs. Before solving this problem, let's compare it with combination sum 1. In combination sum 1, we could reuse the same element twice. As it is written, same number may be chosen from candidates an unlimited number of times. As in the first example, the output is 2, 2, 3 for the target sum 7, which is allowed. But in combination sum 2, each element can be used only once. So after selecting an element, we must move to the next index. The second challenge is handling duplicate values in the input array. Let's understand that visually. So this will be our example. Let's copy paste in our visualization. To solve this, we have to first sort the array. So the sort array will be 1, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 and 10. The sorting helps us in two ways. First, duplicate values become adjacent. And the second will be, we can perform pruning efficiently. Now let's focus on duplicates. Suppose we have a array 1, 1, 2, 5 and the target is 3. At the first recursion level, our choice will be like this when there is no element in our path array. So the choice will be 1 for the index 0 and the second will be 1 for the index 1. Notice that both branches start with the same value, which is the 1 itself. We explore both branches, they will generate identical combinations. So we only need to explore one of them. As you can see in this, the path can be, when we take the 0th index, it will be 1, 2 and the second will be 1, 2, which is the first index and the second index. But both the path are same and the problem statement says we have to take unique path. This is why we skip duplicates at same recursion level. The condition we will use is I is greater than start and the candidate's I is equal to the candidate's I minus 1. In this condition, we have to continue in our for loop. Let's understand why we use I greater than start and not I greater than 0. So if I take this example, we consider the path will be like empty and then we have two choices. Then we take a value from index 0 or the second will be choice the value when we take from the index 1. And here the second one is not creating a duplicate branch. Instead, it is extending the current combination. Without selecting this second one, we would never be able to generate valid combination such as 1, 1, 6. So the idea is simple. We skip duplicates only when they appear as alternative choice at the same recursion level. That's exactly what I is greater than ensures. Now let's discuss another important observation. Since every element can be used only once, after selecting an element at index I, we recurse with I plus 1 and not the I. This prevents us from reusing the same element again. Now let's talk about pruning. Suppose remaining is equal to the 4. Now our current element is 5, and since the array is sorted, means the 5, 6, 7 and 10 will be greater than the remaining, which is 4. That means none of them can contribute to a valid answer. So we immediately stop exploring further beside this. So for this, the condition will be if the candidates of I is greater than the remaining, then we have to break in that, means we stop in the for loop, and this optimization significantly reduces unnecessary recursion. Now let's summarize the complete approach. So first we sort the array, then we start backtracking, from index 0, and in the third, if remaining target becomes 0, then we store the current combination. Fourth one will be we skip the duplicates values at same recursion level. Fifth one will be break early if current exceeds the remaining target. Sixth, choose the current element. Seventh is recurse using I plus 1, and 8, which is our final, will be backtrack by removing the last element. Now let's move to the code and implement these steps. So first we sort the candidates vector, candidates.begin and the candidates.end. Now we take a vector of int type to store the path. Now we have to write the helper function backtrack starting from the 0, and we pass the parameters like the target, our vector of candidates, and the path. Now let's implement our helper function. But before this, we have to take a 2D vector so that we can print the combinations that will be like 2, 6, 1, 7 and so on. And after the backtrack our helper function, we have to return that answer vector. Now let's implement our helper function, which will perform the actual backtracking. So it will be void of backtrack int start int remaining vector of int, and we pass by reference, so it will be and candidates our vector and vector of int and path. This function takes 4 parameters. The start parameter tells us from which index we are allowed to choose element. The remaining parameter represent how much target sum is still left to achieve. The candidate vector contains the sorted input array, and the path vector stores our current combination. So the base condition will be if remaining is equal to the 0, which means we found the path. So we have to push that path in our answer vector. The syntax will be like push back, and we simply return after that since the return type is void. Now we loop from the starting till the candidate size I plus plus, and at every iteration we decide whether we want to include the current element in our combination. So we check for the duplicates. If let's copy and paste this condition that we have written before. This is the condition that we have to write. I thought I have written the code. Candidate I, and it will be candidates I minus 1, and in this case we have to continue. And this is the most important part of the solution. We skip duplicates values at the same recursion level. If the current value is equal to the previous value, and this is not the first element being considered at the current level, we simply skip it. This prevents us from generating duplicate combination. The second one is we can perform pruning efficiently. So we have to do the pruning. So we have to check if candidates I is greater than remaining. Not remaining, it will need rem, short form. So we have to break. Now after this we choose the step, so that will be path.pushback and the candidates I. We choose the current element and add it to our current combination. After this we have to write the recursive call, since in the backtracking there is a function like first we push the value, then we recursively call that function, and then we pop out the value. So it will be backtrack I plus 1, and we have to decrease the value from the remaining. So we do rem minus candidates I, and we pass the other parameter that will be candidates and the path. And in this, notice we have called I plus 1. This is because each element can only be used once. And moving to the next index ensures we never reuse the same element. Now we have to do the push path.popback, as we have to do the backtracking. And as you can see in the left, we have covered all the points. Like here we sort the array, then we start backtracking from 0 index, and then we check if remaining targets is equal to the 0. We store the current combination. In the fourth step, we have skip duplicates value at the same recursion level. In the fifth, we break early if current element exceeds the remaining target. Then we choose the current element. Then we recurse using i+1, and at last we backtrack by removing the last element. Let's run it. Okay, at line number 3. Okay, it will be yes. It is candidates, not candidate. Again we hit the like candidates. Okay, I'm not calling the method. Sorry for these bugs. Submit it. And tada! We have successfully compiled this program. In the worst case, we may explore all possible subset. So the time complexity is bigger of 2 to the power n, which is exponential, and the space complexity is bigger of n, as the recursion depth can go up to n and the current path can also store up to n elements, excluding the answer array. Means this is the auxiliary space complexity. And that's it for this video. If you understood this solution, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any doubts or suggestion for improvement, let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video.